This is the Monday, September 22nd, 2025 weather update. Alright, today we have a lot to talk about. First of all, I'm going to talk about the severe weather risk for today. We have a marginal risk today for our area. It's tonight, so by the time you're going to be watching this video, we're out of the woods pretty much. Same with this area here is today on Monday. I'm not going to be able to put out a video tomorrow on Tuesday, so I'm doing today in place of tomorrow. And then over here we have a slight risk. This you might actually see by the time this video is put out. So in this area in Kansas, we're seeing a tornado threat there. So just watch out for that. You can see if we go forward around to later in the night, 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, you can see we're seeing these cells here, and that's going to be capable of producing tornadoes. But then tomorrow, there's a marginal risk driven by damaging winds. It's not that concerning for our area, but I would still be weather aware in our area. Over here, we have a tornado risk, so I would watch out for some stronger tornadoes at some point. It's still going to be overall limited. And then on Wednesday, we have another risk for our area, a marginal risk. I'm assuming it's driven by damaging winds, so watch out for that. It's not that concerning. We could get upgraded to a slight risk, but right now it looks like we're going to stay as a marginal risk. Be weather aware on Wednesday if you're in this marginal risk, and it's for our area too, so we're under the gun for severe weather on Wednesday, but nothing terribly concerning. Now I'm going to talk about the flooding. So today we have a slight risk, and then our area has a marginal risk, so we're not going to have the drought much longer. We were in a severe drought and close to extreme drought, but it's starting to die down, and it'll die down. We'll be out of the drought by the end of the week probably. If you can see how much rain we're just going to be getting. You can see all that rain we're going to be getting over the next couple days. This is tomorrow on Tuesday. We're barely in the slight risk. Flooding, it's pretty concerning, so be weather aware on Tuesday for flooding and severe weather for our area. And then on Wednesday we're right in the middle of a slight risk, so I would be weather aware again for severe weather and flooding, but flooding looks more concerning. And so by Wednesday, the drought is probably going to be pretty much over by then. And you can see we're still seeing these marginal risks over here too. And I'll just real quick show you the day 4 and 5. Here's a slight risk over here, and we're seeing a marginal risk here, and then another slight risk over here. And then I'll show you the day 5 outlook. Here is the day 5 outlook for over here. There is a slight risk there and a marginal risk there for flooding. And this is on Saturday that we are seeing a marginal risk here and then a slight risk over here. So the drought is going to start dying down. You can just see all this precipitation over the next week or two. And if you look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, you can see we're much below average. That is because after this week, after we see all this rain, like 2 or 3 inches of rain for our area, the drought is going to start slowly ramping up again. We see a little relief, and good thing we see a couple inches of rain, otherwise we would be in a very dangerous drought. And now I'm going to talk about the tropical storms, and this is right now a high-end hurricane, but it's not that concerning because it's not going to hit anybody. So yeah, we have this one, a 30% chance in the next 2 days and a 80% chance in the next 7 days of a tropical cyclone forming. And I think it has a slight chance of making landfall on the United States, but what I'm keeping a closer eye on is this one right here, a 10% chance in the next 2 days, 50% chance in the next 7 days. But the good news is that the GFS model right now is not showing we actually see this form. You can see nothing really forms, maybe a little bit here, but nothing much from this. The earlier run was showing that we would see a system make landfall on the United States. So there's still a chance that we see a hurricane make landfall on the United States this year. And that is all the weather talk I have for you today. Please subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on. That way you don't miss out on any new videos. I hope to see you on Friday. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.